So yeah, it's been a really fun month. Next month I'm chilling though. I'm about to chill because I did too much. And I also like I was doing too much in March. And I'll show you guys. I didn't realize this until I started prepping for this presentation, but looking at my analytics, I was like, why is my Twitter so trash right now? Like I can't even get a 200 views, and that used to be the standard for me. Um, but when I looked at it, when I used to post like 3 times a day, but then I went to New York with Ayana and we shot all that stuff with Major Stage. I was also at Disneyland. All of that happened in the same week. And that whole week I like wasn't posting. And then when I came back and started to post again, I would post like once or twice a day. Like I wasn't consistent with it. The content was super lazy. And so it's like you're not shadow banned, bitch. You're not doing the work that you used to do to get the views that you used to have. Because I for sure I was like, dang, is this what people be talking about when they say they shadow banned? Maybe I'm shadow banned. Like, no, 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 baby. So we'll also get into that too. I'm gonna show you guys a website that shows you your analytics for TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and it has YouTube as well. YouTube analytics are kind of wonky, and they made Twitter now as a part of their premium analytics, so whatever. But all the other stuff is free. And for me, I'm very much like a work smart, not hard kind of girl. So instead of going to all of the websites and looking at the analytics, it's really great to go to one place and look at a summary. But it's super, super important to do that because yeah, like I said, I was over here thinking I was shadow banned, but really I just wasn't doing the work that I had done previously to get the amount of views and interaction that I had gotten in past months. But I go live on Instagram and I'm posting on Instagram every single day, and so you see Instagram outperformed TikTok for like the first time ever for me. But okay, so I feel like we got some more people in here. I'll stop talking and well, I'm not gonna stop talking. I'm actually gonna talk even more, but I'm gonna share my screen with you guys. Let me just do the Google Chrome. All right, can you guys see my screen? Do a little thumbs up if everybody can see my screen. Anyone, can you hear me? Hello? I'm looking in the chat. Okay, thanks, Raja. Oh, and thank you for the shout out on the Major Stage performance. Yes, we shot a bunch of content with them. And this release feels so good. Like when I first got with Ayana, it was it was a week before her EP was gonna come out. I had no time to like prep or anything. Like we just had to kind of hit the ground running. So with this release, we had time to prep. We got to go with Major Stage and collaborate on we had 2 photo shoots and multiple like video setups doing performance content as well as the big content on YouTube where it's like prank calls and different stuff telling you about her personality. And so it's just really great to have a vision and be able to complete that vision and then be able to like feel the effects of like, oh my gosh, this is what it's like when we get to like pre-shoot the content and plan it out and roll it out without like stressing about what we're going to do every week. It's really nice. And honestly, that's why I'm taking May off to do that for myself, to batch record content for myself. So when I come back, I'm not stressed out trying to record content every week. It's too much. Because I also run a whole business. Hello, what? That's like it'd be one thing if I was getting paid to do that, but I only do that to market and promote this. Anyways, so welcome to the Content Creation Essentials Workshop. It's all about bringing your brand to life. And I don't know if you were here earlier, but this is the third workshop as a part of my Amplify Your Artistry series. And I'm Jasmine Kira, all around entertainment girl. I have over 10 years of experience. I started off in reality television production, and then I transitioned into corporate artist management, working at Taylor Gang for Wiz Khalifa, and then going over to Live Nation's Maverick, working with Doja Cat, Gallant, Aaron Ray. And then we got absorbed in Salico, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna go make my own money instead of making all these men millionaires. And so that's what I've been doing since 2021 with No Conformity. And something, it's just honestly, I just love helping people. And I have so many artist friends who know what I do and know who I work for. And they would be like, Jazz, can you help me? And so I start talking to them. I'm like, okay, cool. What's your plan? No plan. How did you announce your release, I posted the cover art and I posted a clip from the video. What? Like what? Like and that would be it. And I would show them how I do things, and I it's hard. I'm not gonna play with y'all. Like, being a music artist is hard, and it's even harder nowadays where you can do a lot of things yourself because labels and partners aren't as willing to invest in you because they don't have as big of a return on investment because they're not the gatekeepers to everything. And couldn't gatekeep me. So all of the stuff that I know that I've learned over the years, and even the stuff that I've taught myself, because I also never stopped learning and never stopped growing because like TikTok wasn't around when Hot Pink came out. We didn't do a TikTok strategy, but I still need to learn how to do TikTok strategy for my artists that I'm working with today. Hello. With my Gen Z babies, because that's I'm trying to get the Gen Z babies to go up. We can't just have millennial artists taking the cake in their 40s talking about bitches and strippers and having rapping beefs. Yeah, what's going on right now? But is there anyways, I digress. Anyways, hello, and we're in the workshop. And so, like I said, this is all about content creation for music artists. My other workshop started off with project planning, which is the foundation before you start any release or rollout. The next workshop I had was all about branding, and this one, the reason why I bring that up is because your brand identity is super important. And last week's workshop was about that. So using that knowledge, transferring that over to here is very, very key because this is when it comes to promotion for music artists, the holy trinity for me is your branding, your creative, your marketing. I feel like those are the three elements for artist development. When people are like, no one's developing artists. Okay, if they were to develop artists, what would they develop? Those three things. Those are going to be your foundational things when you're first starting out, because that's going to help you promote yourself and get noticed. And and really just get your music out there. That's what we trying to do. We trying to get your music into the hands of as many people as possible. So no, you're not a content creator. But yes, you are at the same time. Like, content creating is not what you do. But just like I have to create content to market and promote my business because I want to pay my bills, if you need to market and promote your music so that you can do the same thing. Because whether you like it or not, baby, if you are a music artist, you are an entrepreneur. You're a business and you a brand. So that's what we're here to do. That's what I like to do is I like to kind of bridge the gap between the creative and the business acumen that all goes into this. Because like I said, I have a lot of creative friends and I just realized I'm like, dang, y'all don't the Virgo ain't there. The planner is not there all the time. So, let me help you out. Okay, so first things first, you want to understand your audience. When you're planning out your content strategy, it's going like knowing who you are making this content for is very important because that's going to change the way that you talk. Like, for instance, like maybe not for me, but I've worked with brands and podcasters. I was a podcast producer as well. And one of the dudes, like, he was like, my content just resonates with women in their 40s. And it's like, what? You're like this business like life coach or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I want it to be more for business owners instead of women having midlife crises. So knowing your demographics, knowing what your message is, like what were you saying that is drawing all these women that are having midlife crises, as opposed to business owners who have a profitable business that they're looking to scale, which is what you really want to talk to. And then so that's for a business, but for music artists, it's going to be the same thing. It's like what kind of genres of music do you like? What's are you like what kind of jokes do you do? Like, can I be funny like this? Can I not? Like, is this too morbid for you? But I don't know, maybe my audience likes that. And then preferences. What type of content do they engage with? That's another thing too, is everybody has this checklist of assets. It's like a productivity checklist when it comes to releasing your single. It's, I need my cover art, maybe an out now graphic, maybe a pre-save link, maybe a clip from a music video or a visual or things like that. And it's like, great. Yes, you do need those things, but like, what kind of stuff does your audience want to see? what kind of stuff is telling your personality? What kind of stuff is giving them something to fuck with? Like that is like, I okay, yes, this music is fire, but also very relatable. Also, like, yes, I'm going through a breakup right now. Like, I feel this 100%. And so, there's music videos, it depends on what stage you are in your career, honestly. And I'm not trying to shit on your dreams, but if you have $1,000 and you use that $1,000 to shoot one music video that is 3 minutes long, how much can you pull from that music video to promote your song as opposed to using that same $1,000 to have photo content, to shoot lyric content? And there's different types of content that are performing well. Faceless content, let's say you're not the kind of person who likes to talk to the camera and all of that kind of stuff, but if you want to tell your story, maybe you do a voiceover over content that doesn't have your face. You still need money to create that content and to get that content edited. So I'm not saying that music videos are 100% like a thing of the past. I think that they're still great visual representations, but it's kind of like build to that. If you are doing a release of an EP, does every song need a music video? Or maybe your focus track, the song that you really like, or the song that has a big feature or something like that, is the one that you want to do a music video for. Because it's not so much about just having the content that makes you feel like a real music artist. It's about creating content that is getting your music into the hands of fans and transitioning these people from followers into actual fans, into a sustainable fan base that will pay for you, that will actually support you and buy your things. That's what I meant, not pay for you. um and so also another thing to look at is behaviors. How do they consume content? Everybody is different. Some music artists who are in their late 20s and early 30s, maybe Instagram is your jam because that's where your people are. Younger artists, like, or even TikTok, like, don't sleep on TikTok, but maybe the cute aesthetic stuff that you post on Instagram that does really well for your music isn't the kind of content that performs well on TikTok. The stuff that performs well on TikTok is when you are being real and telling them stories about being in New York and going on the subway, the crazy shit that you saw on the subway on your way to the studio, the stuff that you got to go through. Like, it's really about, again, when you know your audience and figuring out who your fans are and their interests, that's what kind of unlocks the keys to all of this, to you to be able to create the kind of content that is promoting your music, but also that is amplifying your artistry. Like, no pun intended, but really just amplifying your message and who you are as an artist to as many people as possible. And so let me show you guys this metricool tool that I was talking about. So this is a summary of my stuff. So if you are just want to look at like followers, oh my gosh, my followers are down in April. Oh, I'm sad, but that's because they took Twitter off. So really my followers aren't down. But I'm not paying. Like, she does free. The only thing I pay for is like Canva and my Google domain. I use the free version of CapCut. I use the free version of, all of my stuff is on Google. I pay for my website too, though. But Squarespace, that's fire. They have email campaigns and stuff on there. You need that. I mean, anyways, tangents. I have ADHD a little bit. I'd be going off on tangents, but that's why I have outlines and things to keep me centered, okay? Yes, she does do free. But yeah, so like I was saying, this is just a really great tool to look at all of your stuff in one place. And this is where I was like, dang, I only posted 27 times in TikTok, but I've posted 68 times in Instagram. So I'm not shadow banned. I'm just not posting as much anymore. So that's why my impressions are up more on Instagram. That's why, Instagram is doing a lot better for me. But if you're kind of like, okay, those demographics and looking at people and things like that, they're available in the apps as well, but they're available on Metricool for you too. So you are able to look at your community, you are able to look at your demographics. I work smart, not hard, okay? Love having it all in one place, okay? Like, it's so great, you guys. Their slogan is that they're the Swiss Army knife of like social media management tools, and like very much that. Like, look, what is with the Niger community? They fuck with me heavy. Do I have roots there? Do I look Nigerian? Like, let me know because they be in the top. Like, this is on Instagram, but that's also on TikTok for me too. I do not know what it is, but I love my Nigerian people. What's up, y'all? Y'all believe in me. My first client ever that paid me for no conformity, Nigerian. Um but yeah, this is really great, and looking at, the age, all of those demographics, all of that good stuff, looking at the different content that performs well. So like I said, it has this for TikTok, it has it for Instagram. Facebook, as you guys can see, I don't really give a fuck about. Yeah, like I created it because I was like, oh, maybe, but then after I said, I was like, I don't care about Facebook, and I'm sorry, I don't. And maybe that's your jam. Cool, it works for you. It's different for everybody. But yeah, see, look, Nigeria, look at Nigeria again in the like right under the United States. I'm here for it. Thank you guys. Thank you. Okay, enough of that because I can look at my analytics all day. Facebook is not for me because Facebook is for over opinionated middle-aged people. And I that's just been my experience on that app. Like I do not like my mom and my dad are on Instagram. They don't bother me. On Facebook, they did. It was I'm okay. And that I don't think that's where my people are. Like maybe some of them are, but majority of my people, the young millennials, like in our early 30s, late 20s, they're on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. That's where I'm heavy, and YouTube. That that's where she's building her legacy, is where my people are. So yeah, first step, understanding your audience. Okay, back into the presentation. Okay. Anyways, developing a content calendar. Oh my God, even just saying those words satisfy me so much. I love a good spreadsheet, y'all. I don't know. You know what it is? I would say I don't know what it is, but I know what it is. I'm a producer. I come from production. I used to have to do flight grids to get crews of people and the Kardashians into different countries. And it's just in my veins. Like after you do that, everything is a cakewalk. It's easy. After you've been in an elevator with Kris Jenner yelling at you, can't tell me shit. Don't nobody scare me. Like I've been like, okay. Um, so I'm a big fan of making spreadsheets. Now following it, that's you know, but making it is a part of the planning process. At least it's down on paper somewhere. You can always go back to it. Making it is really the important part. Following it, also very important. Like Beyonce said, like you can have all the plans, but you got to execute. It's about executing the vision. Now updating it, that's not as important. For me, I'm like, whatever. But the reason why we want to develop a content calendar is for scheduling posts. Now, do I mean pre-schedule them? I mean, you can. I just feel like that shit is more annoying. You don't always have the same features as when you post in the app and things like that. So scheduling posts does not necessarily mean scheduling them in advance. That's like very idealistic. Like, yeah, and like great. But if it doesn't perform as well, just knowing what you're supposed to post that day on what platform, a caption, like even if it's just like a bullshit caption, you're like, I'll make this better when I'm about to post it. Just having it lined out helps so much. And because it takes away, it's not as overwhelming when you have it planned out, especially if you're getting ready to release new music. Doing this in advance, when you're in the middle of a rollout, all you want to be doing is rolling the shit out. Okay, and looking at the analytics and seeing what worked and seeing if it's reaching people and if your song's doing the numbers that it's supposed to be. That's what you're supposed to be worried about when you're rolling your shit out. Plan the shit in advance. Sorry for cursing so much. I just sometimes I can't think of other words to use. Like I'm just like shit, fuck, because it's just top of mind. Anyways, excuse my vulgar words. And maintaining consistency. Okay, Raja, looking at you. Ensure a consistent brand voice and aesthetic across all content. when you plan your content out, that's how you can make sure you're doing it. Like for like now I partnered with a brand and I wasn't sure what to expect with the partnership, but I go into any situation knowing that I can make this shit happen. I don't say that in a cocky way. The way that I'm trying to say it is that if you don't know how to manage this release or if you don't know how to roll this content out, I'm gonna make sure that my artist does good regardless. Like I'm not relying on you, even if that's not technically my job. Like I'm not gonna tell you how to do your content that you have ownership over and how to roll your shit out. I'm not gonna tell you the captions you should use, but I'm gonna make sure my girl's good every time. So with this release, I kept asking for a rollout and a release plan. And this is a common occurrence. This is not the first time it has happened. This has happened with me at labels. This has happened with me with partners and different things. Is you're always waiting for the release plan. You're always waiting for the rollout and you get it. It's like it is not what it should be. Give me 1 second. Let me drink something because there's like a frog in my throat. But planning out the content or knowing how to plan out your content when you are doing collaborations with brands, if you are with a label and you're just happy to have support, period, and you're waiting for a release, don't wait for a release plan. If it's 3 weeks before if it's 4 weeks before your shit's about to drop and you ain't got a release plan yet, you ain't seen a release plan, start making your own. And so now I'm in a content library, a posting schedule. Let me show you guys what a content library is. So content library is like when you've like keeping track of the shit that does really well. Because everything don't go viral instantly. So a lot of my videos have gone viral from searches and me using SEO. So over time, they pick up and they'll go viral out of nowhere, like 2 months after I posted it. And I'm like, oh, okay, everybody must be looking up how to make content right now. Like I don't know. And so keeping track of what was the caption that I used? When did I post that? Even having a link to that content to refer back to. Oh yeah, like all of that. That's the content library. Um, okay. So yeah, that's that girl. Let me get back into it for you guys. Very proud of her. All right, moving on. So after you have planned out your content, you've looked at your audience, you've got your content calendar going. Now it's the fun part. Now it's time to make the content, to craft the engaging content. So there's a bunch of different types of content that you can do. There are, of course, we're going to want to have your music videos, your lyric videos. Behind the scenes is really important. That's really important for storytelling. And I'm going to get into examples of like how to use some of this content or repurpose it in more like specific examples. I'll give you that here and that'll be available to you guys for free. But also live performances, like doing covers is something that is super slept on and I don't know why. Um and also doing covers well. And what I mean by that is like, you know, get it how you live, but if you have an iPhone, you don't have to use the front camera and post things instantly into Instagram. And if you are, clean the front camera, but you can sit on your bed, have the camera on a stand like this. Like this is on Amazon for like 20 bucks. Oh, my shit's blurred, so you can't see it. It's really great though. It like clips onto things and then your phone clips onto it. It extends, it moves. It's so great to like put anywhere and record content anywhere. I can travel with that and put that in my bag. It's so great. But filming things on your bed, doing different kinds of setups and making these lyric videos and things actually aesthetically pleasing to watch. Like you took all of that time figuring out your branding and stuff. Make sure that you incorporate it in your content and you're not just shooting a cover, but you're shooting a cover that people want to watch, if that makes sense. Um Vlogs, like talk about your experience when, how was it flying to do this for the first time? How was it doing your own release plan for the first time or doing all of that? Like vlogs are really key on on YouTube as well as on TikTok if you want to do a little mini vlog, but it's because everybody wants to learn how do I do this? And the way that we are learning is by watching other people do it. So having a vlog of you talking about your experience, maybe you made some mistakes on the way. People can learn from your mistakes. It's all good. Interviews is something that I do. Memes, oh my gosh, memes are so fun. Memes are a really great form of photo content. And even taking it a step further and doing a meme pack that's themed around your release. Like let's say your release is you're a rapper and you are releasing a story about your life saying nothing happens overnight, and you have a meme pack just showing that is related to like different themes or things that you have in the songs of, nothing happens overnight. You got different meme packs for maybe like even astrology, like how they do like the different like Sagittarius be like, Scorpios be like, da 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 da, but making it all related to your project. That's really great forms of content, and those are really easy swipe posts, and those are shareable, those are relatable. Oh my gosh. Yes, very great content. Okay, so let me show you guys these examples that I was talking about. They're actually something that I made on Canva too. Let's see, what does this look like if I go full screen with this? Okay, cool. So these, oh wait, it's like playing. Nobody told you to do that, girl. Relax. I was like, I want to use this as like tiles. Hold on, let me take a drink. I went to New York one time in March and have been fighting a cold ever since. Also, having a 3-year-old, they're like a walking germ. They go to daycare. Everybody's coughing in each other's faces. Nobody knows how to like cover their mouth or anything yet, sneezing in each other's faces. And then he comes home and does it to me. Mm, wild. Okay. Anyways, content ideas to help music artists grow. Um, Let's see. Let's switch. Okay, great. So, aesthetic photos. Instead of having random pictures that aren't related to your release, when I was talking about BTS and different types of content, this is really great BTS. This is a photo that Ayana took from, she did a live performance of Can You Take It? And it was in a horse barn. That wasn't even for this song. The song that she's promoting right now is Good Girl. But the theme was, do you like it when I'm a good girl or a bad one? And it went from like innocent photos to photos of her like in all black with like, she had like blonde in the front of her hair and all of this kind of stuff. And it got like, kind of like grunge and all of that. So we're playing it up. We're playing up her aesthetic. So having aesthetic photos, having a caption that pops and gives people something to vibe to, and making it all related to your music. When I talk about branding, that's the sauce that I'm talking about. And how great for you to have already figured that out before you're making your content, right? All right. The next one is performance videos. So we were just talking about this. Now, lip performance videos do not always have to be you performing with your voice. If you're a rapper, I don't think any of like a lot of your performance videos are going to be that. The live vocals is more so for vocalists, because people want to see how you perform live before they book you for shows. And if you're never posting any live content of you singing, it's always you lip syncing. How are people going to know that you can really sing? That's my only thing. Um, and then, dang, how long was that for? Here we go. So lyric content, lyric videos. This is a lyric video for Like That. I don't even know if this was used. A lot of times when I'm like sourcing content, I'm going back into my group chat messages from when I was on management teams for all of these artists and like looking at content. So sometimes you guys see unreleased content. You're welcome. But lyric content, if you are a rapper and you have bars, if you are a singer and you are also a songwriter, sometimes we don't understand what you're saying. And it's not because you're not clear, but everybody experiences music differently. And a lot of times I am more focused on the melody of what someone is singing at like, so I'll know the melody of na 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 na, but like before I actually know like what did they say there? So putting lyrics on your content, like, oh, I didn't know she said that. Oh my gosh, the bars. You know what I'm saying? Like just showcasing and highlighting what you have to say and giving people even more to relate to. Um, storytelling content is so fun. Again, giving people more things to relate to. Talk about, now this is storytelling content that my client did for images uh for a video called Kill For Me that she released last year. The images went viral on Tumblr because people ain't thinking about and that's the thing is like, just don't forget about all of these apps. All of these apps do different things. If you have really great photo content, put it on Pinterest. Use Pinterest as a mood board. All you have to do is post the photos. Pinterest is attached to Google. It's like a visual search engine. So it's a mood board just showing I don't even know if I'm saying mood board right. I keep saying mood board. My bad. But it's a mood board showing all your vibe. It's showcasing your vibe as you are in rollout mode, as you are releasing angel photos, whatever photos that are the vibe, whether it, and the vibe changes. So if it has a different color for a different song, we're seeing that all on your Pinterest stream happening in real time. It's great. And it's helping your song go viral or not even go viral. I hate saying go viral. It's helping your song blow up. It's helping your song reach fans. That's what we're trying to do. Going viral is very cool. It's not the goal. That just happens. It's a side effect of doing good work and being consistent, honestly. Um, okay, and so after storytelling content, faceless content. This is my friend Gallant. I used to be on his management team as well when I was at Sal and Co and stuff. He's one of my favorite music artists, and I'm obviously biased because I know him, but his content is so him. And I think knowing him personally, like that's why I'm just like, oh gee, this is so you. But he's not the kind of person who's gonna be like, dang, come with me to the studio. Did I just make an amazing song? Ooh, that one. Like he's not gonna talk to the camera. So what he does though is he'll tell you a story about how when he was younger he was mute and he didn't really like to talk, and that's still followed him, but that's why he loves music, because he's allowed to tell his story and share his feelings through his songs. That's why he loves songwriting, being able to express himself in that way, and being able to do all of that without having to be head on with the camera. I'm not saying that you don't show your face. I'm just saying like if like two camera stuff is like too much for you, there's other ways to promote your content that you vibe with. And it's all about you trying different things and seeing what works best for you. And then pouring gasoline on the fire once you get the fire started and helping it blow up. The blow up references, I'm actually ridiculous. And so that I'll send you those content ideas. And I also have these free content ideas that I give people. Oh, that is not the right link. But these, oh, did not mean to share those people's emails. These content ideas, if you're like, I'm a music artist, what kind of content pillars should I have? Here's an example to get you started. These are not personalized to you or the message or story that you are trying to tell. But if you are starting from absolute zero and you don't even know where to start, this is a great place to start. Just knowing that different ways to be entertaining, different ways to be informational, to create engaging content, to create a community with your content. And then all of these links are TikTok videos. If the videos were taken down, don't hold me accountable for that. But all of the links are showing you different actual content examples from music artists that performed well. Now these are from 2023. They might be a little bit outdated, but yeah. And then it's also saying a description. So it's saying like what is happening and what you can do to recreate this video if you want to adapt it for yourself. And then you can use this, spreadsheet for yourself, keep a status of it, put your caption in there, what platform you're posting it on, all of that good stuff. So I can give that to you for free, and I will. If you don't have it already, some people on here might have already downloaded that from me because I've had it available on my website for a while. So, tips for creating visually appealing and engaging content. We're just going to jump right back into it. I'm going to keep going. Are y'all with me? Can we take a break? Can you guys unmute yourselves and say hi? Who's here? What's up, guys? How are you?
Hi, I'm currently
Hi.
driving to work while taking this.
You're at work. I appreciate
I'm
you.
driving to work.
Oh, Lord. Lord, stay safe. Stay safe. But I appreciate you guys joining the fucking with me in the middle of the day because I know I go live and do these at random times.
Yeah, my lunch is over in about 10 minutes. This is R&B Nerd, by the way, on Instagram. I think I messaged you a few times.
Yeah.
Love all your content. Thank you for everything you're doing. This is so dope. It's so inspiring. So thank you for that. But yeah, lunch break as well, over in about 10 minutes. So I'll probably be dipping at that point. But this is great. It's always dope to tap in with you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. Well, everybody's about to have to go soon, so let me try to wrap this up. Right, we all at work.
We all at work.
Everybody at work, everybody on mute, everybody on a lunch. So y'all fuck with me for real, and I do not take that for granted. All
Thank
right,
you.
so these tips, I'm just gonna run through them. Align with your brand aesthetic, use high quality visuals, be authentic, incorporate storytelling, and encourage interaction. Don't be weird. Use your call to actions, your polls, all of that. Because every app has those features. Polls are available on YouTube Shorts, they're available on TikToks, they're available on Instagram. There's different ways to get people to engage with your content. So, optimizing engagement and performance is super huge. Don't be too cool to use hashtags, especially on TikTok. Oh my gosh. Like, please use at least 3 hashtags on TikTok. Um, and again, using call to actions, telling people to tag a friend, telling people, tell me what you think in the comments. It doesn't have to be corny. It doesn't have to be weird. You don't have to sound like a PR company. You can sound like yourself. But if you don't know what a call to action is, that's what a call to action is. I'm asking you to do something after you've seen this. Share it. And I'm asking you to do something more than just like, share, subscribe. Like, I'm asking you to engage with this content. Tell me if it's making sense. What I did just now, that's a form of engagement too. Like pausing to be like, let me talk to you guys because I have been talking to myself for 40 minutes. What's up? That's very important. And embracing again the interactivity with having polls, having quizzes, doing Q&As on a really great way to be engaging with your audience is doing ask me anythings on your story. It's so fun. You can answer at your leisure, or you can record content answering all of the questions later. It can be repurposed as different stuff. So it's just, there's so many different ways to be innovative and use these apps other than just, posting your out now graphic. And I want everybody to know. I want everybody to be put up on game. Oh, my bad. I didn't even enter presentation mode. I just still had it in the Canva mode that I'm used to looking at it in. Um, and then analyzing the performance metrics. So we pretty much covered this when I showed you guys Metricool, but you want to make sure that you are tracking your progress, and looking at your likes, looking at your comments, looking at your shares. For me, I really don't care about views. And I know that everybody cares about views, like, oh, I got 1 million views, I got da, 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 da. But the views don't matter if the likes are 1%. If nobody is commenting or all of the comments are like spam or don't really do anything to help me build a connection with the people who are coming across this content. If people are not, like, share is one thing, saving like on TikTok is another analytic that I like to look at. How many people are saving this? If people are saving this for later, I did a good job. I should do more tips and things like this. And even analyzing your performance metrics is so important. Again, that's how I discovered that I'm not shadow banned on TikTok. I'm not doing as good of a job as creating content and showing up for myself on the app. um, measuring your impact using insights from analytics to see what resonates with your audience, that will help you with your content strategy going forward for the next month. Is like, what did they fuck with? What performed the best? What did really well? And if everything was kind of all even in the same and nothing really performed well, then let's redo this strategy altogether because I'm not connecting with my audience. You know, adapt and evolve. It's super important. You cannot just post for the sake of posting. You cannot just post just be like, that's another thing too. I've been posting a lot. A lot of it was promotional content and it was making me feel icky. And I'm like, oh, I'm a person. You know what I'm saying? Like my business is a brand and stuff. And yeah, I have a lot of things going on and I want to tell people about it, but I care more about talking to people and helping people. And if getting people here is going to help them, but also like, why would they want to come if they don't know how you can help them or if they don't know what you can provide them with? So me slacking on like the tips, because I usually provide branding tips, marketing tips, and creative tips for music artists, like content ideas, promotion ideas, all of that kind of stuff. And I hadn't been doing any of that it a lot in like I would say for like 2 weeks. So it's not that bad, but if I didn't analyze my metrics, I wouldn't have known. Soup's important. Okay, yeah. So that's it, you guys. We are here. We're done. I got us all done before your lunch break is over. Do you have any questions on any of the stuff that we looked at today? Thank you. Appreciate.
I think my question is, oh man, in terms of like different platforms to create. So I know you mentioned Canva. Is there any other like infographic, any other like uh tools that might help us like identify or shape our aesthetic if we don't have that kind of like for me, I'm a blogger, so rnbnerd.com is just it's so I'm trying to build it. And so my aesthetic is so they don't really have one. And so I'm just kind of like, and I know I could probably go into Canva and choose like one there, but I also don't want it to come off like, oh, this guy's just using a Canva aesthetic that's like, kind of there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want it to be so generic. And so like, I don't know, maybe I need to spend more time in Canva myself, but like in terms of like picking like color schemes and all that, any advice? Because aesthetic and storytelling is all a big part of this and branding and such. So any
Yeah.
advice there would be great.
Yeah. My advice for you is to kind of dig deep into what you like about R&B music enough to make it a
Okay,
platform, like, and
got it.
more so go into that vibe. So for me, my aesthetic with no conformity is the Y2K aesthetic. You'll see a
Yep.
lot of stuff looking like cyber and Y2K-ish and things like that.
Yep.
And that's because I had to figure out what made me choose music and TV. Like when did
Mhm.
and I fell in love with it in the early 2000s with
Sure.
Aaliyah and with,
Yep.
you know,
Destiny's Child, Brandy, all that
exactly.
stuff. Yeah.
Aaliyah,
Britney.
Destiny's Child, with Brandy, with all of that kind of stuff. And so that made sense for me. And then
Cool.
the cool thing with Canva is you can search things like Y2K aesthetic and you don't have to use the stuff that they have. You can pick your own colors. For me, the no conformity logo, those letters and stuff are in Canva, but those letters didn't spell out no conformity. I had to take each and every letter and put it
Yep.
there and put it
Okay.
over, a heart and things
Yep.
like that. And then I had to remove the background so that it could be used as a PNG graphic that could actually be used as a logo on different things.
Right. Right.
So don't sleep. My
Got it.
go-to, my big three is going to be Canva, the Canva that you pay for. Because even if you guys look
Yep.
at the slides, all of these Black anime characters I made with AI in Canva. So, and
Sick.
that's like that has been a thing that I have been using throughout this campaign because I don't see a lot of Black anime characters. And so I decided to make
Yeah.
oh and
Yeah,
that's
it's dope. I love it. It's sick.
yeah, I like anime.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's
me too.
genuine and authentic to
Yeah,
who
for
I
sure.
am.
Sick. Okay.
Thank you, and so the other one besides Canva is going to be CapCut and Chat
Okay.
GPT. If you are a vlogger or a blogger, Chat GPT will help you write all of this stuff out. You don't
Yeah.
have to sound like a robot. You can change it and put it into your voice. You can even give Chat GPT examples of like, this is my best performing vlog. I want you to learn my brand voice and my tone, and I want you to write another vlog or you know, a vlog script that
Yep.
gives me
Yep.
visual direction as well as script prompts if you don't want them to write out everything that you want to say, but you at least want it to have prompts that are going to spark your memory to say what you want to say, or if you want it to
Right.
have to be a script.
Yep.
GPT is so good for that, but it only works the way that
I
you
tell it
make it
to.
work. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And so I don't think a lot of people know how to make Chat GPT do things, but Chat GPT will tell me how to do something, and then I'll be like, great, can you do X, Y, and Z? Like I'll tell it to do what it told me to do to like make the goal happen that I wanted to happen. But it's like,
Yeah.
again, working smart, not hard. That's how I'm able
Yeah.
to like plan and do all of these things. And
Sure.
all of the ideas are mine. I just don't have the time to type them all out. And
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And Chat GPT,
Yeah.
it not only types it out, it fleshes it out. It's grammatically correct. Even when it comes to making like typing out emails, it's for me, I feel like it's a waste of my time and my brand energy to figure out how to say how I want to send an invoice to someone. I would rather just like ask Chat GPT to do it. Because yeah, so that is my big three when it comes to content creation. Those are my recommendations and my tools: CapCut, Canva, Chat GPT. I'm a
Perfect.
crit with all the C's. But
All right.
really great question. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
thank you so
you.
much. I love all this. Cheers, everybody. Hope you have a good day and get back to work on time. I'm gonna clock back in. See y'all later. Bye-bye.
You. Bye. Does anybody else have any more questions before we go? All right, y'all. If that's it, we're all good. Thank you so much for rocking with me. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys taking the time. I am so happy that it was all super helpful. Don't forget, I will be sending you guys these slides. I will be sending you guys this replay. You'll also have resources like I'll send you a link to that Metricool website. I will send you a link for you to be able to purchase the content planning template. But I'll send you those free content ideas and all of that good stuff. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to join me today and to allow me to pour into you. And if this was helpful, just follow me and share me with other people. That's all I ask. So bye, you guys. Have a good one. Thank you so much for joining me.